fully understand Chapter 1's story, we have to go back to the night of big fire in Guanyin Temple, and it all started by a glimpse of that kasaya. Guanyin, Bodhisattva of compassion, one of the most popular deities in China, is not hard to imagine as an elder who runs Guanyin Temple. Jinchi collected countless treasures in his unnatural longevity of 270 years. However, over 2 centuries of Buddhism practicing couldn't make his craving go away. His first question to Tang monk was, "Noble sir, hailing from the emperor's capital, might you have any treasures that you could lend me for a mere glimpse?" Despite Tang monk declined repeatedly, Wukong still outspoke with a wily smile, "Master, isn't your kasaya itself a treasure? Why not allow him a glimpse?" Wukong was not wrong. The kasaya he refers to is the kasaya of ever sparks, a gift from Guanyin when Tang monk embarks the journey to the west. The kasaya of ever spark is a powerful artifact from Buddha himself, woven by the celestial maidens with gold, silver, and silk, decorated with luminous pearls, jewelry, and legendary vessels such as wind tamer. One who wears it will be protected by Buddhas and escape the cycle of reincarnation. But it was meant for very formal occasions, and Tang monk only put it on twice, one upon request from the emperor, and the other during audience with the Buddha. Most of the time, he simply wears the kasaya the emperor gave him as a reminder of his roots and duty. Clearly, Wukong knows the importance of the kasaya of ever sparks. Then why he's still so eager to show off against his master's will? The moment they arrived at Guanyin Temple, Wukong checked the place with his see-through eyes and warned Tang monk something's wrong. But Tang monk insisted to stay, as he committed to pay respect to all gods he came across on this journey. Also, he wanted to express his gratitude to Guanyin for the gifts. So Wukong decided to improvise and see what's really going on in this temple. While Tang monk knelt before golden statues in prayer, Wukong struck the bell incessantly to startle all monks to get a better look at it. The game captured Wukong's bell striking and make it a puzzle to unlock Elder Jinchi boss fight by striking all 3 bells in the area. And when Wukong saw the exquisite vessel and fine tea, he was certain that the monks of this place are blinded by secular longings. That's why he took out the kasaya of ever sparks, a true treasure of great value, as a test to the monks. Unsurprisingly, Elder Jinchi was drawn to it and begged for closer study overnight. All of his 800 kasayas combined cannot match this one masterpiece, and he would kill for it. That's where Guangzhi and Guangmou came in. The novel Journey to the West doesn't really say much about them, but in the game, they are actually Yao Guais taking human forms. Guangzhi always wanted to be a human and was grateful that Elder Jinchi took him in with kind. Guangmou, on the other hand, was forced to join the monastery but wanted to be a legendary Yao Guai at heart. So when they saw Elder Jinchi made his mind to keep the kasaya, both came up with a plan. Guangzhi genuinely wanted to help, so he volunteered. "Master, let me take a handful of good men and murder them in sleep." Guangmou knew from first sight that Wukong had an untamed malice in his eyes, a hunger for vengeance. This could be the chance to freedom Guangmou has long been waiting for, so he quickly worked out his plot. "Let's set the whole quarter on fire so no one will ever know they were here." Not knowing Guangmou's ulterior motive, Elder Jinchi followed Guangmou's plan, but it was exactly what Wukong was waiting for. While the monks were busy with firewood, Wukong borrowed the fireproof mantle from Guangmou, one of the 4 heavenly kings, to protect his master. When the fire was lit, Wukong made some wind that set the whole temple on fire. Seeing Tang monk and Wukong walked out of their chamber unharmed next morning, Elder Jinchi knew he won't get away with this. So he crashed himself into a wall, and that was the end of Elder Jinchi. But hey, what about the black bear? You might ask. I thought they were friends, Jinchi and the bear. Yes, indeed. That fire was so big, it woke the black bear Guai from 20 miles away. He rushed out to help, but when he arrived, immediately he sensed the presence of a powerful Buddhism artifact. Forget about firefighting. He took the kasaya of ever sparks and fled, like he were never there. We'll discuss Black Bear Guai's story in future episodes. Guangzhi blamed himself for everything that happened, so he stopped pretending to be human and went back to the mountains to repent with Jinchi's teaching. That's why when we find him, he invites us to join him in Buddha's mercy. If we transform into Guangzhi when fighting Guangmou, he'll say, "Such a fitting end for me to fall on his blade," because Guangmou knows he was never kind to Guangzhi. And if we transform into Guangzhi when fighting Elder Jinchi, he'll be surprised with joy and say, "My boy, you too have returned." Elder Jinchi really took him like a son he never had. Even with all we've gone through, there are still questions unanswered. For example, why Elder Jinchi was so obsessed with kasayas. We might need some history lessons to fully understand his obsession. In the beginning, kasaya was simply a monk's uniform, until in Tang Dynasty, when Tang monks' journey actually happened. The emperor granted renowned monks kasayas in special colors as official recognitions. To be specific, in color red, which was reserved for mayor-level officials, and in color purple, for governor or minister-level officials. Suddenly, a normal uniform became something that all classes of society can recognize. It is now a representation of their social status, just like a judge's silly wig or a financial gator's power suit. Even a common folk can tell who's more advanced in Buddhahood simply by looking at the color of their kasaya. You see, Elder Jinchi is not only greed for material wealth, but also craving for social status and recognition that he is indeed a holy figure. Just like what Guanyin said at the end of chapter 1.
Bereft of that kasaya, how shall they show the world their ties are cut and their lust is quelled?